We were doing, I think in the initial days of March, it was business as usual. We did not see too much of a spike. Towards the second half of March, as more and more people started expressing this need and requirement to work from home, we put out a 90-day free trial into the market, which was open to anybody and everybody, irrespective of whether they were an existing client or not. And so at the end of March, we were doing almost 63 lakh meetings we did in March. And that had a participation rate of over 2 crore people. The way that communities adopted that is also quite phenomenal. And examples of that is we've had people who've never used Webex, certainly, and maybe even not had any exposure to Cisco technology at large, who've embraced it overnight, right? About 80 hospitals in Gujarat are managing about 4,000 doctors and paramedical staff trainings on this. In the state where we have our largest presence in Karnataka, an ecosystem of over 25,000 people under the University of Health Sciences is doing their COVID protocol training and regular trainings over the Webex platform. I don't want to make any comparisons, but I think the numbers are pretty phenomenal, whichever way you look at it. We've worked with over 600 customers over the last couple of months, and we've enabled about a little over 2.5 lakh employees to work from home. That is the universe that Cisco has directly had a conversation with, and has managed that change along with our customers. But you have to understand that we also have a very vibrant partner ecosystem. We have almost 2,500 partners on the ground. So they also are doing this exercise with their own set of customers and contacts, right? So this is where the delineation becomes very difficult. But like I said, there is a very big difference between 250,000 employees and the 5 crore attendees on Webex meetings at the end of April, right? So clearly, there has been an upswing on the everyday person using Webex also. Cisco has had work from home as a policy enabled for over 85% of our global workforce. So as we speak, it's not just in India, it's not just in pockets, but the whole enterprise of Cisco, which means the bulk of its 70,000 employees, is actually working from home for the last, we declared it on March 17th, I think, in India, and a little bit earlier as a guidance and a guideline worldwide. So for close to 2 months now, we are almost 100%, except for our business critical services, which are keeping the country's most critical services alive, except for that very small sliver of people, between 1 to 3% of our workforce. Everybody else is working from home. Prior to COVID-19, we have made savings of close to $1 billion by a very good implementation of work from home, which has allowed us to save on both real estate building costs as well as operational costs, right? So almost $500 million in savings is a publicly available number. So it's not for us a aha moment during COVID that we will wake up and now think about doing it. It has always existed as a policy, and like I said, it's enabled very democratically across the organization. And the choice is really left to the employee of what blending they want. From a technology standpoint, certainly we do expect this to be an accelerating event, right? Because if you look at how the economy has stayed at about, here in India and worldwide as well, at roughly around 50% of productivity, if you take it as that, right? Technology has been the enabler. So, and some technologies have really been thrown into the forefront because of the crisis. We were always becoming more and more an app economy, and the whole way that we've been able to function quite seamlessly is because of this ability to download the apps that we wanted very seamlessly, right? Whether you were an enterprise or whether you were a consumer person. So the app economy is obviously set to accelerate. It has been enabled by the fact that these apps are cloud delivered. So it hasn't, the limitations of somebody going and delivering technology and implementing technology. So it's easy to consume cloud models which have also been critical for success of work from home and many other work initiatives during this crisis. But it has also, outside of apps in cloud, there are a couple of other spaces also. For example, um, the way that the manufacturing industry has ground to a halt everywhere, pretty much everywhere, right? There is certainly going to be long term a reconsideration of automation. Because automation it was always going to be arrive one day with Industry 4.0 revolution, which is on us. But the whole ability to monitor machines remotely and have your plants running while you may not be able to physically go to a plant, that is going to also occupy some center stage attention. That's also going to get some attention. Cybersecurity as a whole pillar, the way that people look at it, and not just companies, but consumers look at it, will also change. Because earlier, the whole onus of keeping you safe was on the enterprise. But as you start to work from home, on your own devices, in your home network, etc., you as a consumer will also become more conscious of the attack surface.